Here's to a new year.
Oh, shit. It is a new year. Time be going so fast.
It's a new year.
Cheers to a new year. And hey, wait. Our 7th episode.
Our 7th episode. I heard y'all been looking for us.
Here we go.
What had happened was we have an episode 6. But in episode 6, it was we recorded that like
before Christmas?
the Thursday before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were out of school. I had officially considered myself on Christmas break because when my kids go on Christmas break, I'm on Christmas break.
You don't have
I might have to go to work, whatever, but mentally I'm on Christmas break.
You ain't getting shit out of nobody from Christmas to the New Year. I don't give a fuck what kind of job you do. You're not getting much out
That's
of
why I don't understand why they won't just shut this shit down.
Yes, give us all a break.
Like we all need a reset from maybe like December 20th to January 2nd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids being out till January 20th.
It's not the 20th.
Bro,
it's the 7th, but the 7th is enough.
For what? Why do they get that long out of school?
If the 1st of January was yesterday on a Wednesday, them kids got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Send them back to school on
Monday morning.
Why they don't go back till Tuesday?
Oh, yeah, that don't make no sense to me.
For what?
What she need the extra day for?
Apparently the teachers need an extra day.
And they probably be at work though.
Yeah, they gotta work on Monday. It's a teacher work day, but the kids don't go back to Tuesday.
Okay. I understand it a little better.
Miss Wickham, your child Marlon miss you.
Come get the good girl.
No, I'm just playing. No, we really been chilling on Christmas break. Like I really been enjoying my baby.
For real.
Yeah, had Trey at home for a week. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was too fast. Then I had to take a day to recover because I sent him back. I took him to the airport on New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. And yesterday I was just kind of in a funk. And I was like, why do I feel so like blah? It's a new day, it's a new year. But then I had to realize like every time I take Trey back to the airport for that one day, that first day I have to like get it out of my system of him being home. And it just was quiet. Marley went to Tennessee with her grandma to bring in a new year.
Oh, yeah, so your brain really won't occupy.
Yeah, I was just Winnie at Stacy's. Yeah, I was just like, it's a new year, but it feel like another day. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't feeling in the New Year spirit yesterday, I don't guess.
I never got in the holiday spirit at all.
You didn't?
At all.
Well, I took my Christmas tree down by like 2 days after Christmas. I was over it.
Well, at least having a motherfucking tree up.
Well,
I ain't even have a tree up.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm going to do better.
Right.
Next year, it is next year.
It is. This year, he's going to do better. This year, I'm going to
do better. For all the holidays. I'm going to try to really, I want to host a couple holidays with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to try to put my best foot forward this year, stay consistent and align into what.
But I feel like you're very good at like doing intentional stuff for the holidays. Mm-hmm. Like
this year was different.
Yeah.
Wait.
No.
Did you tell them welcome back?
I was getting there. We have to do an intro before the intro.
Okay, yeah. It works.
Anyways, like we were saying, we have an episode 6 in the tuck, but
toe up.
I'm blaming you. Actually, I'm gonna blame you. Y'all, by the time I got to the studio, I beat him there, first of all. When he got there, lit already.
Okay, I did have to work a little bit later than expected.
You did. Like, you had a very hectic day, probably to the point where we should have rescheduled and recorded.
But I was like, fuck that, no, we recorded today. And we recorded.
I think it was like the one day you was really in the holiday spirit. He went and bought us Christmas sweaters to wear for the episode.
Brandon had lights on.
To take out what happened. So he gets to the studio, he already lit. So he gonna make me take 2 shots to catch up.
Please.
Now we done had a whole emotional conversation that lasted a solid 20 minutes before we even started recording. So, we're trying to set up and stuff. Like, my iPad is probably on 37%. So Nia, shout out to Nia, our girl, when it got us an extension cord. But none of us stopped to check to see that the extension cord was set on the on button. It was still off.
I forgot.
So although the video was plugged in, it was not charging. It wasn't charging. So it only recorded the first 13 minutes of the episode. But we do have the audio. So what I think I'm going to do, well, what I had really been saying, like I've been saying I was going to drop it before Christmas. I'm going to drop it before the New Year. I got lazy on the holidays. I ain't dropping out a damn thing. But I do want to give y'all like a little surprise little Christmas episode. And
we were. And this is pretty much a testament to us and our consistency with y'all for the new year. That's a New Year resolution that we're making with y'all. The besties, neighborhood besties, we're going to do better.
Yeah, we are going to do better. But I will say, y'all, got to cut me some slack because I edit the episodes, the sound, the video, merge them, the captions, the clips, all of that. And I thoroughly enjoy it. But Mama gotta have a life too.
Period.
And so, the balance just I'm doing the best I can. I got it, like Mariah said. It's my motto for 2025.
She had my song for 2025 too.
Hate you.
What's the joint?
Yeah,
that one.
My life. Okay, before we get into that, we're really gonna introduce the episode, y'all. Technically, what y'all are seeing right now and listening to is In Your Mind, episode 6. But it's really episode 7.
Definitely.
And we're calling it episode 7. We will give y'all episode 6 when we feel like it. Because we got to make sure we won't saying more than we need to say.
Oh, man. Never give a fuck.
But this is our first episode for 2025.
Happy motherfucking New Year, neighborhood besties.
Happy New Year.
2025. Damn.
We brought in a New Year together.
We definitely did. And we had a good time.
We had a great time.
My brother hosted a little razzle-dazzle over at his place.
I love him, Ryan.
They actually hosted very well. And you want to know what else the plus to all of that was?
What?
The food was actually good as fuck. I don't know what them girls was doing up in the kitchen for the New Year. That food was delicious.
Yeah. You know what? One thing about your family, like, you know me, I'm very awkward. Y'all don't know this, but believe it or not, in person, I am awkward as hell. And I had called CJ twice. Him being him, he did not answer his phone. And so I just decided, it's New Year's Eve. I'm going to get out my element and just pull up anyway. Because I know Tay and Robin, they fuck with me. I love them. Yeah. So I'm going to just pull up anyway. But y'all, I walked in and everybody was like, Shanta, I'm so glad you came.
Welcome.
And I was like,
get in where you fit in, baby girl.
Thank y'all. But I feel like it's like that every time I come around, like your family, your friends, like, they're your best friends. But I feel like they, just accept me. I don't know if it's because of you or what, but
I feel like my people know that I got a good sense of discernment. I'm not bringing you around if you don't need to be around.
Yeah.
What the fuck Brent say? Don't come around if you ain't been around or some shit like that.
Yeah, but we brought in a New Year at his brother's house. Went to his sister's.
Yeah. Wait, we should not have been there. We definitely shouldn't have did that. But perks of living in a small town.
Yeah.
Literally 2 minutes away from whatever the fuck you need to get to.
Actually, though, you were lit. I was actually good. Like,
I was too damn.
I was good. Yeah, I really. So you were in safe hands that night. Yeah. I promise.
You got me everywhere I needed to go, and every time I said I wanted to leave, you packed us up and we left.
I did. I did.
I enjoyed it though. I had a very good New Year. I did my little vision board. It's not very little. It's actually big as fuck.
It's huge.
But it is my vision board for 2025 to 2035. It's a 10-year vision board of everything that I want to see and touch or get next to within the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. So, just a visual of that.
So, for the new year, for whatever reason, I like to, as friendly as I am an introvert. Mm-hmm. I like to be by myself. I like to process things internally on my own. So I have not yet done my vision board, mm-hmm. but this is my 3rd year faithfully. This is not an ad, but y'all can tag them so we can get a sponsorship going. Because this is genuinely like, I really abide by this planner. For the last 3 years, I have had a passion planner. Mm-hmm. I get the dated weekly planner, and then I get a daily undated planner. And so on my weekly planner, it has like a monthly layout, it has the weekly layout, mm-hmm. but within those layouts, it also has like a separation for personal goals for that time and business goals. Then it also has like for the month, places you want to go, people you need to see, things you want to learn. Then on a weekly like deep dive, it like has a little section of like good things that happen to you for the week. So this planner holds me really accountable, and I've grown to enjoy really taking the time like every night, every morning to set my intentions for the day, reflect on the day that I had. Mm-hmm. And so I spent like a lot of time coming into the new year reflecting on the stuff that I had written in that planner. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I had a lot of really good, memorable moments, but I think life can be so heavy at times that you can miss those moments if you're not intentional about like appreciating them in the moment.
Be where your feet are.
Yes, be where your feet are.
Be where your feet are.
Yeah, and that's something I think that's always been really hard for me. Like, I have severe anxiety, mm-hmm. and I have ADHD, so my brain is just on 1,024/7. So I have to be very intentional about meditating every single day, journaling every single day. And now moving into the new year, because I haven't told them I have spinal stenosis in my neck from the C4 to C7. So, like, I'm in chronic pain 24/7. My neck is always hurting. My shoulders are always hurting. And some days are worse than others. Like, to the point where I have shooting pain down my shoulders into my elbows, my wrists, my hands. They go numb. It's bad. Mm-hmm. But so moving into the new year, I really want to be more intentional about incorporating my mindfulness into physical well-being too. Mm-hmm. And so not just like meditating, but also doing yoga, Pilates, like soft stuff like that, like Tai Chi, mm-hmm. which is something that I've found like in recent months that really is helpful for me and my mind and my body. So yeah.
I think I can help you be like an accountability partner for you with shit like that.
I think you already are low-key an accountability partner without realizing it, because I think with us starting a podcast, it's like we always were close and always talked about everything, but now it's like we kind of lean on each other more when we need like that extra ear or guidance. And
one thing about this, we're gonna body double.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely gonna do that. Whether I pull up on you, you pull up on me, and we working together, we laying out this plan together. You working on your stuff, we're gonna bounce ideas off of each other. I might have a little missing piece to a puzzle that you couldn't figure out, vice versa. Like, but
very that's just balanced.
Yeah, it's very balanced. That's the dynamic that we have, and I love it.
I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm grateful for you, sister.
Likewise.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to the friendship, for real.
For growing and to growing, yeah.
I was going to say, how you going to cheer and didn't even take a drink? But I will.
I'm good for that.
will. But before we like dive into our New Year goals and stuff and like reflections on 2024, I do want to say, as like my male best friend, you really make it extremely hard for these niggas.
As I should.
Like,
as I motherfucking should.
Everything between us is 100% strictly platonic. But you pay attention to me in a way that
if I can do it, nigga, you can too.
Yeah. Because he ain't getting nothing out of this but a friendship. So,
genuine love.
Baby, if you're trying to get me to fall in love, yeah. He
gonna have to come and sit down.
You gotta come with it. That's all I needed to say.
You need to have a meeting, schedule an appointment. Is that cheating?
Yeah, that's cheating.
You feel like it's cheating?
Very much.
I agree. Because, nigga, if you ain't gonna just do it and you gonna go talk to the closest thing to me to figure out what you need to do, that's cheating.
Actually, low-key listening to my podcast is cheating.
For real, it's not for me. Because I might say any motherfucking thing. And that's my business.
Well, I be very authentic and vulnerable, and I be putting it out there, I think, sometimes.
I'm a lie. I'm gonna lie. Sister, I'm gonna tell a good one too. Motherfucker.
Okay.
Well, I might be lying. I might not. Like, I mean.
They ain't gonna never know. You gonna play it off like you lying anyway. So, shit. They don't know. Right.
Leave us alone. I'm lying.
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive into like our reflections. Number one for 2024, like what our biggest lesson that we have learned for the last year, and then like what is our goal or intention for the new year. Okay. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So I think my biggest lesson, 2024 took me through the ringer, through hell and back, through the storm.
I can attest.
I climbed the Himalaya mountains and survived. I climbed Mount Everest.
You actually climbed it a couple times, but yeah.
I climbed Mount Everest and swam in the ocean with the aliens and survived. No, for real. Like,
so you did have a rough one.
I don't really think that, like, the people that even really know me understand how hard of a year I had. And the crazy thing about it is, I thought 2022 and 23 were like my worst years. And then 2024 hit, and it was like, no, bitch, you're actually at the rock bottom of the bottom right now. Like, we're under the rock, attached to the rock. I told you, like Patrick Star. Like, I'm on the rock like this, just stuck to the rock at the bottom of Bikini Bottom. And I'm just here. I am just here surviving. But as hard of a year as I had, I learned so much about myself. Like, I really think that the universe decided that I needed to hit the rock bottom to realize that all the things that I thought that I cared about and was important are not important. And I realized that I am much more of an activist than I thought that I was, and like much more of a humanitarian than I thought I was. And I think for a very long time in life, in my younger life, I'm not old, but just like my 20s, I just had life. I was focused on things that I don't even really value for real. Like, these things are unimportant to me. I've never been like a material girl. I mean, I've been a fly girl, but materials
it didn't cost you much to be a fly girl.
Right, like,
you go thrift and shit.
Baby, I was shopping at the Forever 21 in high school and in my early 20s and eating down. Okay? Not spending a lot of money. And so I just feel like somewhere in there, I just got lost in like what I actually value in life. And yeah, I think I really had to hit rock bottom to realize that, hey, remember, none of this shit don't matter. You care about all of this other stuff that no one else actually cares about. Mm-hmm. And I think I realized that I have a voice in that of like things that are meaningful and bring power to or empower, us as a culture or just the people or just enlighten people. I don't care about no designer, no, I don't care about what I drive, baby. I can't tell you the last time I even took my car to get cleaned. Like, that's just not me. Like, I'm just a very simple person who is like in a package that look complicated, you know? But at the end of the day, it's just a lot more depth to me than I think I was really tapping into. And so, yeah, that was like into that. My lesson was to like really get back to. I had to tap into my inner child a lot and really get back to the things that I cared about
before you was influenced by anything.
Yeah. Yep. What do you think your biggest lesson was?
Oh. I guess for me, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that my intuition is strong as fuck. My intuition is going to guide me a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. And this year, I feel like God used my intuition to bridge the gap between faith in me and faith in him.
Yeah.
So now I feel like that intuition is not just like a series of random instincts. Mm-hmm. It's more so like God guiding me throughout life. You know what I mean? Like I get at a crossroad and now I know what I should do, but I'm considering the other options and I didn't understand why I even considered them when I knew what I should be doing.
Right.
So I feel like 2024, my biggest lesson was learning to trust myself because trusting myself means I trust God. Yeah. So it just bred a different kind of confidence in me. Yeah. And yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. I think we both had like a series of events that led us to see the God within us. Mm-hmm. Because I thoroughly believe that there is a higher power, but that higher power is within all living things because He created us.
We're connected. We're connected.
So we're all connected, and like you learned that, I feel like I had to learn that me living in anxiety and fear is me not tapping into the God within me. Because if I'm having the faith in God, then I have the faith in me that it's gonna be okay. So I've been really learning how to cope with my anxiety on a more calm level, like really just be breathing, meditating more, but being intentional about it because baby, that ADHD mind will be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't need to meditate. We need to sit here and figure out this problem. Don't even know what the problem is for real, but it's the problem. We got one that's getting ready to come up. So just in case this happens, go on and think about this and figure it out and have a plan.
And handle it. Yeah, I get it.
It's insane though.
I get it, yeah.
But it really don't make sense.
I feel like if you start really using be where your feet are as an affirmation, it will help you with that. Like,
yeah.
It'll be cool. Because the problem ain't even here.
Right.
I'm right here right now.
Right.
If it comes, I'll start figuring shit out. But it might not come.
And I find myself solving problems that never happened.
Yes, bro, that's crazy.
Creating anxiety out of nothing. That was for nothing, literally, because the issue never even came up. Stupid.
And the whole time, nigga, you low-key manifesting the issue to come up. And it might not show up the way that you're planning for it to show up.
Then my foolish ass, when the problem don't show up, now I gotta invoke it, because this was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I'm prepared for this. No, come on.
Idiot.
Be cool.
Like...
Be cool, right?
You're not right. Not. Have you set a goal for 2025?
My goal for Well, it's kind of like a resolution more so than a goal. I have goals. Now, my goals is listed out, but my resolution kind of umbrellas all of that. And my lights cut out. That is basically that I want to stay consistent in my alignment toward the life that I'm manifesting for myself. So, like, I don't want to give much energy to anything that's not going to help me produce the result that I'm working to produce. Right. 2025, I want to hone into that. Like, I want to really operate in, like, bro, I can move mountains. I can do some shit. Yeah. I don't really operate in that often. Right. It be every now and again, I'm like, oh, I really want this. So I move as if I want that. Now I feel like I done reached 30. I want what I want. And I really actually want it now because I feel like, for whatever reason, I feel like I'm running out of time. Turning 30, it's a milestone. Like, you're not a kid no more. You're not young. You are very much so responsible for all the shit that you... Can I tell you something? Yeah. I felt like that when I was turning 30, right? And then I'm about to be 36 in 2 months. What? No, it's January. I'm about to be 36 next month. Yeah. And I feel like I had a spiritual awakening within the last 3 years, 2 years, 2 years for sure. And everything that I thought I knew about life, I didn't. And everything that I thought I cared about, I didn't. And everything that I thought that mattered, it didn't. And it's like, so, okay, my grandmother raised me. She never been to a beach. She never flew on a plane. She never, like, I think the furthest she ever drove is probably like to Danville, maybe Greensboro, possibly. She didn't get her license until I think she said in her early 40s. And I used to like ask her all the time, like, don't you feel like you're missing out on life? Like, why you don't want to do this stuff? And she was just always like none of that don't really matter to me. Like I don't know. I don't know really about like how much life she lived before I came into her life. Because when she started raising me, she was in her mid-40s, about to be 50. So, but it's just like, without so much said, the older I get, the more she makes sense to me. Because she never like went out and spent out a lot of money, or like went out and bought herself a lot of stuff. Like I said, she never traveled, none of that. But she always had money. Like, she was retired. She was on a fixed income from her Social Security, whatever. But she always had money. Like, I never wanted for anything. Like, you could not tell me that I ain't live in, I'm not gonna say a wealthy household, but a middle class household. Like, we are. Yeah, we good. Never wanted for anything. Never had to worry about like nothing. She went to the grocery store faithfully on Wednesdays. Like, she was just so well put together within her home life and her personal life. And like, the older I get, the more I aspire to be like that. Whereas when I was younger, because I was so sheltered and I lived in such a small town, and I always felt like I was too idealistic to be here. I see like the world is my oyster, basically. But the older I get and I realize how much is actually going on in the world, the more it makes sense to me. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with being in my house and being in my comfortable environment within my home. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that, I don't know, it kind of segues into happiness being subjective. Yeah. Because I feel like if I checked up out of here, and all I can tell you is that I had a good structured home life. I took care of my family. I didn't travel. I didn't do, a lot of the things that I truly enjoyed. I feel like you could say I was sad, but that was good for her. You know what I mean? My mama's the type of woman like that. But I always looked at that as a sad life. Like, why didn't you want more? Why didn't But then I have to consider that she was brought up in a completely different time than I was. But I say all of that to say, like,
this year I was at a place where I was not able to travel like I wanted to,
or you had to enjoy those things enjoy too.
I had to figure out how to love myself and love my life when I'm not at a place where I want to be, where I do feel like I'm lacking things that I want in life, or it was just like a really hard year of figuring shit out. Like, I had started a new job at the end of last year that at one point I was really excited about. And then it's like I get in these spaces where I feel like I can see room for so much potential, and I get frustrated when the potential isn't coming fast enough, or I feel like I have all of these ideas and it's like a wall that I have to meet, or like a lot of pushback. And so I just I'll also add that in this year, I feel like I learned that it's okay for me to follow my instinct on what feels right for me and what doesn't. And even though it might come with the sacrifice of, like, not making as much money as I did at one point, or switching a job to something that is more easy going right now because I need that mental break and more time to find my creative space again. I've had to learn to be okay with that, and it was not easy. Yeah, it wasn't easy.
I can imagine that it's not.
Yeah, it's not, but it's just like a period of enlightenment, and I do feel like I went through a lot of spiritual awakening.
Which is invaluable. Like, you can't buy that. And a lot of people be needing to go through those experiences, but don't. Or they don't tap. They go through them and they don't tap in and learn the lesson. So I feel like, nigga, until you learn the lesson that you need to learn in these situations, is going to keep being presented in ways, in the same way, or different ways.
I'm a walking testament to that, because I feel like that's why 2022, 23 was hard, and then 2024
was finally, you finally woke up and said,
"Oh no, we're gonna take you to the bottom. You gonna learn this lesson one way or another. So, baby, pay attention to them signs and." Don't put off learning the lessons that you need to, because you're gonna learn them one way or another.
With me, I don't feel like it take much for me to learn. I be locked in when some shit go the opposite way of what I was expecting it to go. And I'm not saying the opposite way. I'm talking about like it go left. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this about? It don't take me long to figure out, like, oh, this is what this was about.
But that goes back to your human design and you following your intuition. Meanwhile, me and my difficult ass human design gotta wait for the invitation and go wait for the emotions to pass and child, that's why I be down bad.
Complex.
I don't got time. But I don't feel like I really set a goal for the year, but I always try to use words of like intentional affirmations. And this year I decided that my words were well-being, authenticity, and courage. And last year my word was self-discipline, but I'm not a self-disciplined person.
You want to know what? It's not that. I feel like it was a year where self-discipline was my main focus, right? It's not a finish line. It's not a checkpoint. It's a constant everyday working towards whatever you're working toward. Like, self-discipline does not just cut on or off, or it's not just full or empty.
Somebody who rationalizes everything in their mind, it's like self-discipline gotta be straight and narrow.
It's not.
And so that's why I feel like it was not a good decision for that to be my word last year. Like,
it's kind of gotta be like
it's constant, all or nothing, and I'm not an all or nothing person.
Yeah, it's gotta be some shit that you just choose that you.
As somebody who is still learning to give themselves grace, self-discipline is not the word I need to be focused on. So I just want to do like more authenticity, because I do feel like in this last quarter of the year, for real, actually, this whole year, I really started showing up as myself. I cut my locks off in January. I dyed my hair blonde. Like, I just really did things that were way out of my element, but felt authentic to me. And I think in this last quarter of the year, like starting in September, I really started like being intentional about doing things that felt good to me. I quit my job in October. We started the podcast. I feel like I've become like more vocal just about me. And so, yeah, I think authenticity is a good word that I want to stick with. Courage, because I am somebody who has a lot of anxiety, and I think courage is the word that I need to be able to push through and continue to motivate myself to do the things that I need to do to live in my authenticity. And then well being, because, like I said, I'm trying to get my mind, body, spirit, emotions on one accord. And I feel like Pilates, yoga, meditation, eating better, just things like that will really help
encourage that.
Yeah, and help my overall well being. So that's just really what I want to focus my intentions on for the year.
Makes sense. Sounds like some good intentions to have.
I think so too. I think so too. But so with that though, you have brought up a topic that you told me that you wanted to talk about today, and I was with you on this one. But the good parenting versus good parenting, and I'm gonna let you take the lead on this topic, but I'm with you.
Well, for me, I feel like growing up in an era where social media is so prominent, a lot of times you have a lot of people doing a lot of things for engagements. Like a motherfucker want to go eat lunch with their kids and record it. They want to go put their kid in a sport or in an extracurricular just so they can post that the kid is doing it. But not once really sitting down having a conversation with your kid like, hey, do you like dance? Do you like going to karate? Do you like basketball? Do you like football? Like, bro, imagine had you not listened to Trey.
Yeah.
Like you're not a athletic kind of person. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting ready to go play no basketball. But imagine had you not been connected to your son enough to know he loves basketball.
And this is what he really want to do.
To the point where you can invest in his basketball. Like this man want to be a basketball player, in whatever facet I can help, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times people put their failed endeavors off on their children. So it's like, I'm raising you to be a good football player. I'm raising you to be a preacher. I'm raising you to be whatever the fuck I was trying to be and didn't do a good job at or couldn't do.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to inflict that on you. And I just wanted to talk about how a lot of people feel like because you don't whoop your kid's ass or you don't leave your kid at home by themselves, you're a good parent. What about listening to their kids' emotional well-being, their mental well-being, their physical well-being? You worried about putting a motherfucking helmet and pants on and they going out there ramming into each other all the time. This baby's smart as fuck. He want to get on the computer. He want to
learn STEM.
Bro, he want to put some shit together. He want to build some shit. He want to make houses, but you want him to get, what is it called? That they say Antonio Brown got CTE. You want him to have that instead of letting him just go build y'all a nice crib. Now y'all got a compound because you listen to what the fuck your child wanted. But I just disagree with the fact that a lot of people be forcing their failed dreams onto these babies. And also, too, good parenting can be subjective in a sense.
It is.
Because what you deem as good parenting, I may not.
Right.
What I deem as good parenting, you may not.
But also, what I try my best not to do is judge anybody for how they parent. And
a lot of times, parents just be giving their baby what they lack as a kid.
Yes. And that's I had to learn the hard way because, I was brought up in a very, very strict, religious, Christian household. We're going to church every Sunday. You're going to Sunday school. Matter of fact, I was the child representative on the church's board. So on the fourth Monday of every month, I got to go to the board meeting with my grandma at like 7 p.m. I got to go to Bible study. I got to go to revival. Church out.
And that leads me to believe, too, strict parenting does not always equate to good behavior.
It doesn't.
Because, bitch, you still did what the fuck you wanted to do, whether you was at the meetings on the fourth Monday or not.
Nothing did all I could.
I'm going to be at that meeting, though.
But that's why I'm not as strict on my kids, because I know how curious I was. And I know what it does when you're not talking to the kid about reality.
Yeah.
So that's why in that first episode I asked Trey, like, do you think that I'm like too open with you? Because sometimes I feel like, hear me out, as parents, we can steer too far in the other direction of how we were raised, because we're trying to
overcompensate
the things we lacked or we got too much of, and then you find yourself like years later, like, oh, yeah, I might should have took you to church a little bit. But I took Trey to church a little bit, not that, but it's just like you find yourself doing or realizing things that, okay, I was raised like that, and in the moment, it didn't feel good. But in hindsight, that shit shaped me, and it gave me some morals. And
their moral compass is everything.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck whether you are in church or not. A good person is a good person. So instilling those qualities into your children, to me, that's good parenting. My parents wasn't into the church. The people who raised you were. So, but the morality is still similar.
Yeah.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yep.
So that's why I feel like our values align a lot, even when it comes to parenting. Like, we don't be popping our kids or whooping them or no shit like that, but at the same time, we still are the disciplinarian. Like, nigga, we gonna enforce those rules. And what I say the fuck go.
Yeah.
You can challenge it, and I don't mind it, because the generation before me, they did. They didn't like for you to challenge what the fuck.
If anybody that ain't been around me, I ain't even lie. You can witness some point in life. You have witnessed one of them kids try me with their mouth. They gonna try it. They gonna push the button, and they gonna see how far they can get. But one thing about it, when I get serious with them, they know when not to play with me.
Yeah.
And that's on period. But I feel like sometimes as a mom, sometimes I feel like I be getting too much credit, because I'm like, I mean, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. But then on the flip side, I feel like sometimes from like people who are around me on the regular, like trying to guide me as a mom and stuff, and like guide my decisions and things, especially like when it was like time for Trey to go to school. And I had to really like shut the noise out, talk to him one on one. Like, is this what you want? He was like, yes, and I can see it, I can feel it. Then go. I'm not finna hold you back from that.
Disconnect with your child.
I got a lot of like
feelings over yours.
A lot of people I don't think can understand that when it's something that they never had for themselves as a child, or I don't know. It's hard for people to understand, like allowing a child to make decisions for themselves. But I've always looked at my kids like they're little humans and they know what they want, because I feel like I knew a lot of things that I wanted when I was growing up and was just couldn't do or was denied of, because of fears from their own past, whatever. And I don't hold nothing to that, but I'm just not gonna do the same to my kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like in the grand scheme of things, people remember the time you spent and how you made them feel, especially your children. And that's why you have to prioritize connecting with your babies. Like, connect with your babies, work to the point where you can damn near read their mind if you got to.
And you can.
And that's my take on good parenting versus good parenting.
Yeah. And if you don't got kids, just like, I know y'all be on the outside looking in and love to give an opinion, but just
stay out of grown folks' business. my mom. Step.
We're doing the best we can with what we got.
Period.
Period. All right. I'm done with good parenting.
Yeah, me too.
Because we both good parents, period. Anyway. They opened another portal in Antarctica.
Yes, and I'm hearing that the particles are traveling backwards. So basically, what you saying? Parallel universe.
Well, I have a lot of theories on parallel universes, but when they opened the portal, I went down a TikTok rabbit hole, and I've always had like a theory that there are, because you know they always say there are maybe millions, billions of dimensions or like multi-universes, whatever. And I get to thinking like when I dream, right? I've had a lot of dreams that feel like they're in the same place. And it feel like I'm like in an alternate universe in a way. Like I know it's me, but I can't see me because I'm in me. So it's still me. And I would like to say that I'm just dreaming, but I've gone to the same places too many times. And it's eerie. It don't feel like this is just a dream. It's like I wake up scared for my life because I've been chased by the white men's and the government running for my life the whole time I've been asleep. So I just want to say,
you doing that now?
If we live in multi-universes, to the version of me that's living in my dream world, baby girl, I'm sorry. I don't know what the rest of us is doing in these other universes for you to be living that life you live, for them people to always be chasing you. But I'm sorry because they've been chasing us since we was like 10.
Damn.
Yeah. But she's a clever bitch. She never got caught. Or if she get caught, I wake up.
I get a read it.
Get to do it all over again. I have a theory that for every time we come to a crossroad in life and we have a decision to make, and we go one way and not the other way.
In the other universe, that person is going the opposite way. I agree.
I have a feeling that we, the conscious being that we are in this universe, goes on to the decision path that we made, and the one we didn't make splits off into another universe, and they go live the life of the path that we would have had we made the other decision.
It's giving simulation. Sims 4, and I'm playing God.
It's giving Westworld.
I ain't never seen Westworld.
I want everybody in the world to go watch Westworld, but it's not on their streaming services no more.
So what you be watching it on?
My Roku, just jailbroken. I mean, but if you got money, you can go pay for the seasons on Apple.
Apple TV? I got this. I got Apple TV.
You can get. No, you have.
So you gotta pay for it separate.
Yeah.
Don't piss me off. I done told you one time about what happened today. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
No, it's one of those that's not like streaming. Like you have to actually buy it to add to your library.
What the fuck do I got the subscription for?
So apparently, because I did my research. So basically, Westworld is like a show. It's a sci-fi show about a simulation. It came on HBO from 2016 to 2022, and it's 4 seasons. It starts off like the rich people have created like this amusement park kind of where the people go and they're in a simulation with robots. But the robots look just as human as me and you. Like you can't tell that it's a robot, really. So the robots also have some consciousness going on. So they don't know that they're not alive. Like they really think that they're humans and that this is their lives and they are living these lives in the Western world in like the 1800s, whatever. So the rich people go in to the amusement park day to day and they kill off and have shoot offs with the sheriff, whatever they might want to do. They might want to go sleep with one of the the girls is working at the saloon, whatever. But it's like you really are like it's like human flesh. It looks like a human. You shoot them, they bleed like a human. But they go back to the lab every night and get reprogrammed, remade up, whatever. But the robots end up starting to get real consciousness. And they wake up. And then it's like the rest of the seasons are like a war for consciousness, humanity, like humans against robots. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but I will say that with the age of AI on the rise, it's a very good show to like go back and watch. And people be saying that they be saying that it was taken down from HBO Max because of like I guess the residuals. They took it down because they like in contract negotiation to maybe get it on some other streaming platforms for cheaper, where they can gain more residuals than it was on HBO Max. Capitalism. But there's a handful of people who think that it was taken down because it's giving a little too much information on AI and where AI is headed. The real
reason it was taken down.
Yeah. It's given Elon Musk said, the Tesla robots is on this path. Take it down.
They say he changed his name to some wild shit on Twitter. Well, X.
He had a fence, not a fence, but what do you call a fake Twitter account?
Twitter.
Twitter. He had one of them, and he was in the spaces, and his ego got so bad that he basically like started talking in first person and put himself out there that this was him. Like, you are the richest person in the world, and you still sitting online concerned about what other people, us peasants, have to say and how we feel about you. That is mental illness on another level.
Yeah, Mr. Devil is bred very different.
Like, I don't understand.
You can keep that.
Speaking of eating the rich.
Because they're really eating the poor.
Speaking of eating the rich, did you see the TikTok that I sent you about the boy that's been suing Jay-Z for like
what's his name? Like Ramier, some shit like that.
For paternity tests, and that they just will not.
That lawsuit is extensive. That shit extensive.
What's that girl's name on TikTok?
Kadisha.
Shout out to Kadisha.
Shout out to Kadisha.
She been doing her research.
I love that shit.
She posts a lawsuit receipt
and everything. A lot of time.
She says me, baby, thank you, Khadijah, because I be on the same page as you, but I don't have the time to go do the research like you did. So I appreciate you not only for giving us the tea, but you come with the receipts because you have the lawsuits printed in the background and all of that. And I'm the type of person
really gets active.
Okay.
Might be subscribing, Kadisha.
I'm the type of person who needs to see the receipts because I don't believe every conspiracy theory I see online, but when you got the receipts coming,
I'm honing in.
I'm tuned in.
What's up? What else you got over there?
So, yeah, they've been doing a lot
that nigga bad. And for real, if that nigga has been trying that hard to get that DNA test, and like Jay-Z been fighting that much,
just do the test.
Just do the test.
Like, you could literally just do the DNA test to prove that you not this boy's.
And how old is he?
That I didn't see.
Because I'm pretty sure he's at an age that dates back before his relationship with Beyonce. Bro, she'll understand.
Right.
She'll understand.
But it's probably going to unravel some more shit to admit that. So.
But then, once you started trying to stop him from getting the DNA or paternity test or whatever, you couldn't stop doing that. Now you look guilty. You know what I mean?
Then at one point she was even saying how like every time they went back for a lawsuit, the judge or whoever was over the case would go back to the other judges
sanction or some shit.
Yeah, and so make it invalid.
Yeah.
But they knew that one was like based on fraud or something. So it's just like, baby, when I say we be living in an episode of Scandal.
But we are in the age of Aquarius, and bitch, all the truth shall come to the light. It shall be out. It shall be put out.
We're the truth tellers.
Yeah.
Cat Williams told y'all in 2024. What people don't realize is that Cat Williams told y'all in 2024 when the age of Pluto and Aquarius had first hit, but then it went back to Capricorn for some months, and then it stationed in Aquarius permanently, I think, in November. So if y'all thought 2024 was telling and dropping all the tea, 2025 moving beyond is getting ready to shake the world up.
Shit, we 2 days in. I'm pretty shook. I'm pretty fucking shook.
I'm always shook. Mm-hmm. I ain't never stopped being shook. We got an open portal with the time going backwards.
They fucking up the algorithm on TikTok so you don't see shit about drones. You gotta look up Dior bags. Like, what the fuck is going on in this world today?
I don't even know. Like,
and this is why we can go back to the good parenting versus bad parenting. I mean, good parenting versus good parenting real quick. But this is another reason why it's like, that's why you got to connect with your kids, because you're teaching your kids to navigate a world like this. Not a world where there is fashion things involved, there is sports, there is this, there is that. But in the real world, outside of all of that shit, you got to teach your kids to navigate this world through shit that we ain't never seen before, bro.
I think I feel comfortable letting Trey go to Florida because I didn't prepare him for everything mentally that he could even think of. Yeah. Like, the boy is he might not say a lot, but he opens and know about a lot of stuff because I be sending him the things, and for a long time he was like, probably my mama crazy. But then as things start to really unravel, it's like, oh, my mama really ain't too far off. Like,
I try not to sugarcoat a lot of shit with Riley.
I try not to either.
She's 7, but I be raw with her. I be really raw, and I will let her know that whatever I can protect you from, nigga, I'm gonna protect you from it. That's why I don't mind letting you know this exists, or this is not right, or this is wrong, and you know what I mean? Like, literally, I'm a truth teller. I want her to know the truth about shit.
All I know, I don't know if I told y'all this in the last episode or a previous episode. When the world come crashing down, right? If my glasses get lost, broke, let me go. Let me go. I'm of no count. I can't see.
Get some more glasses.
I can't see from here to you. I'm not going to be of no count. At that point, I'm a liability and not an asset. If I ain't got my glasses, do what you got to do. I understand. I love you. Let me go. Like Miss Stigling.
If I ain't got no cigarettes.
Let them go.
Go ahead and cancel Christmas for me.
We're going to find you some cigarettes.
You better make some.
We're going to find
you. better make some. You can leave a little backer. Read this shit in like, need a cigarette. I need a cigarette.
I need it.
I need so weak. Money, Cleo.
I can't stand you. Ooh, okay. So, we had talked about unnecessary spending a little bit. Why are you making that face?
You found a way to wipe that smile right up off you.
Well, you know what brought it up?
I found out today that I have been paying $12.99 for Apple News every month. Yeah, when I run out of storage, I get to deleting shit. I ran out of storage months ago. I deleted that shit because who looking at Apple News? I got TikTok. I don't need Apple News. Bro, that shit kind of pissed me the fuck off to the point where I was
how long you have been paying it?
Look, I tried to find the purchase history of just that. Cause why the fuck are you charging?
No, that's where Apple gets you. Because Apple, when I go back through my wallet history, you want to tell me I got a $2.99 charge, $10.99 charge, $9.99 charge. But now one of them charges say what they're for. When that class action lawsuit get filed, you best believe I'm finna get my coins out of y'all. Yeah, because what are you taking from me? Where's my money going? No, serious question, Apple. You paying $13 million to get the phone. Then you gotta pay another $13 million to have all the apps that you want on there, all the levels of the app that you need, like whatever tier of the app you want, you gotta pay for that subscription. Cause shit, I think I paid about $40 for YouTube with the family sharing and all of that shit. Shit, my Apple Music account is. I went ahead and got what was it? It's the Apple Family, but like the Apple Family One or something, which is like the Apple Music, some storage, and the arcade. Cause and that pisses me off too, because you just paid $13 million for an Apple iPhone, and you gotta pay $1 more million for enough storage to have the shit you want on your phone. Then you getting robbed, bro. Then I want an Android. These apps. Is Android the same? I don't know. But these apps for services, like, what happened to y'all charging me a one-time fee of $4.99 and it's mine for life? You want me to pay you $9.99 a month for an editing app that I use 4 times a month? Yeah, that didn't piss me off. I got a grievance. I think I'm about to get a food stamp phone. What's it called? The Obama phone. Yeah, they say they're unlimited everything. They is, but that's where Apple gets you too, because now you done stored my pictures for the last 10 years on this cloud. Cloud, yeah. Now I don't want to leave it. We've got sentimental value now. Right. Like I gotta have it. And that's why they study us, so they know what we value, so they can sell it to us. Yeah. Yeah. I hate it. Pathetic. Well, did you want to talk to the people about living in a small town or no? Honestly, no. I really am tired. Well, I'm not really tired, y'all. I'm fucked up and hungry. And I would really like to get something to eat. And you bitches don't know what it's like to live in a small town. This shit traumatic. We gotta talk about that on another episode, because we need an hour to talk about that by itself. It's traumatic, but it's safe. Is it? No. Shit is stupid here. It's like you would think it would be, because you fucking know everybody. Everybody's like one big ass family, to be honest. Like, nigga. You would think. We share a lot of family members. Like, I'm related to this person and you relate to this person, but we're not related. Right. You would think it would be a big community. I know your mama, No. They don't give a fuck about your mama. Fuck your mama. They don't give a fuck about your mama. And your granny and your kids too. Mm-hmm. And they gonna tell you too. As soon as y'all get into it, they gonna let you know. And everything they ever knew about your whole bloodline. Guess what they gonna do? Put it on Facebook. Can't go nowhere safe. It ain't nowhere to go though. But I feel like that's why we had a really good New Year's Eve, because we didn't like try to really go nowhere like we did family shit. My New Year's Eve plans, before my brother called me and told me that he wanted to do the shindig doodle at his crib, was to do my vision board and get me a selection of wine and just be trying to listen to soft music that make me want to dance in the kitchen. And when he told me that, like my family, my immediates especially, when we call each other like, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, it's rare that we don't show up. Yeah. So it kind of put a monkey wrench in my day. Not a monkey wrench as in like it hurt me to do that, but I just started my vision board earlier. I didn't drink wine while I was doing my vision board. I drank Terramana. Fucked up. By the time I got to Tate's house, I was lit up. We still had about 2 hours before the new year. We did.
I made me a plate.
I popped in.
Actually, I made me about 3 plates. I put so much food on each
ate off your plate.
Everything. Hundreds of everything. Pounds of everything. I need it all. Then we went to Lex's house. I actually got food from there too. And took that home. And then I didn't even eat that till the next day. When I say I had a spread for breakfast.
I know you did.
Bro, I had a spread. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I got a picture of it. I might get my sister to edit it in. It was a lot of food.
I'm going to see what I can do. Okay, but before we go, I do got one last thing that I wanted to bring up.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. In case they be on TikTok, right? Because you know I was about to say the resurrection. And then I was about to say the insurrection, because it might be an insurrection again. Who knows?
The way the shit going?
The inauguration is coming up, you know. So, just in case we lose TikTok, who you gonna miss?
Kadisha, for sure.
For sure. I have to go to the Patreon then.
Before her, you want to know who I'm gonna miss? EK. Yo, if TikTok gets took from me, bro, I'm finding her. I am finding EK. That's a funny ass lady.
You know who I'm gonna miss?
Who?
Kayla G and Autumn.
I don't know them.
Autumn be acting like her mama. And they from Memphis, Tennessee.
You have to send them to
Kayla G and Autumn, I love y'all. When I say Autumn got her mama down pat, like
they be in the grocery store and stuff. I think I did see maybe one video.
One when they was in Sam's Club and she was like, who put them in this court? Get it out. When I say she ain't just like her, like I love them.
It's great.
Love them. And I don't know my friend's name. You might know. What's my friend's name with the piercings on his face? And he gonna dance on that wall.
I don't know.
Gonna miss him. I love him down.
The nigga funny as hell.
He is funny as
and you was the first person to send me him.
I love him.
And then people started sending me him after you.
That's my best friend in my head.
Easy. You'll be dancing on a motherfucking wall like.
Oh, and I had between the washer and dry.
Oh, my mama.
Oh, don't do me.
Rico.
I love Rico. But that ain't even what I'm talking about.
But that's what
yes, Rico. Love me some Rico.
I'm buzzing like my motherfucking cousin. Shout out to Summer from Baddies. That's a funny ass bitch too.
My bestie.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. You ain't never seen him dance on a wall?
No, I don't know. Some about that was kind of cringe, so I ain't like it.
But he is, like he cringe. But when I say he funny, like. But then he began with other people, and they be dancing on the wall.
He need to get with Summer Walker. I feel like she was doing a job.
He was with Jada Wagner at the club recently.
I seen that. Never mind. We'll wait and get into those kind of topics at a later date.
Huh?
Sister, close out so I can go give me some wings.
How you just gonna let people like it? What kind of topic?
They want to be in my motherfucking business, but one of these days we gonna talk about 600 Breezy.
And we'll talk about 600 Breezy then. Talk about Carisha.
And we're gonna get into all of that, but not today. You guys gotta return.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Set your intentions.
Wishing you guys a
set your goals.
New Year.
But also give yourself grace. We're all human. Nobody is perfect. If you fuck up on a goal, guess what? Tomorrow is a new day, like Glorilla said, okay?
And before you start trauma dumping on people, motherfucker, understand that we all going through something. That's the way I want to close out.